Let me tell you why I'm interested in early childhood. There's two thoughts that come to mind for me. The first one is all about payback. You know, being a business person, and all the data shows that for every dollar you spend in early childhood, there's somewhere between $6 and $15 that you reap at the end of the line. The second reason I'm interested in early childhood is just social justice. There's no reason why every child in the United States shouldn't have an equal chance to be president, to be CEO of a company, to get the kind of education that they need. And there's no question that poor kids today in this country, without getting the benefit of early childhood education, are at a disadvantage when they get on to higher education.
I get personally alarmed by the statistic that kids that are not reading at a proficient level by 3rd grade are 4 times more likely to drop out of school.
I think the business community can really make a difference.
As a business leader in this community, we know it's important for the child's success to be successful in school, and that way they're going to be contributing and a productive member of society. We plan on operating here for many, many years to come, and we want our community to be successful right beside us.
I think being aware of what's going on in the workforce is a good step toward being a better employer.
We have a variety of employee resource groups here at Janus, one of which is Working Parents that I'm the co-lead of currently. It's also another great option that Janus has really leveraged is the backup care option here. You know, being able to hop online and find a child care provider, you know, when need be, and getting that reimbursement. I mean, that's huge when, you know, as a parent with 2 young kids and working full time to have that benefit.
The thing that occurs to me, and we've made some adjustments, is many of our locations open fairly early in the morning, and that I know has an unfavorable impact on single parents, mothers, and their ability to get their children ready for school, maybe to school, and you have to ask yourself, how does that land on them? And so opening up at 7:30 or 8 is really, is that a business mandate that we have to live with, or can we make adjustments? We've made some adjustments. We have changed the hours so that we push that back to the 8:30, 9 o'clock range wherever we can, because we believe it impacts team members. Not only do they appreciate it, but I've had many team members come to me and tell me it was life-changing for them.
We looked at a lot of the communities that we operate in across North America, and it was a common theme that there was a need that was being unmet in every community that we operate to improve early childhood development and especially childhood literacy.
Your organization had the best support for our Colorado Business Reads book drive.
I'm Lieutenant Governor Joe Garcia. This month you'll see donation boxes inside corporate lobbies around our state, part of the Colorado Business Reads statewide book drive. We know that language development and early literacy are the foundation of all learning, and you can help us make a difference. Bring in 1 or 2 or a whole stack if you'd like, and our business partners will deliver them to local schools, libraries, doctors' offices, and child care centers. Together, we can ensure that all Colorado children have books to read. We thank you, and local kids thank you.
Our employees probably think it's part of our daily business to support drives such as that.
These are the things that we at EPIC are trying to do, is really take some of the business concepts and try to design, to use your term, a way to overlay those processes or thought process into community-based improvements.
So here in Carbondale, we have a fund called the Manaus Fund, and we were contacted by the Kellogg Foundation to do some work on collecting data about what was going on with families in poverty in this region. This community organizer interviewed 300 families, and we didn't know what we were going to find. We were kind of thinking we would find, well, you know, these families aren't getting any preschool or early childhood education for their kids. Well, yeah, we found that, but we also found out that it was a lot more complex than just that. That the mothers that were living in these homes and trailers were afraid to leave their trailers. They were new to this country, they didn't speak English, And literally they sent their kids off to school and they sat and watched TV all day. So we went through and we took this information and we designed what's called the Valley Settlement Project that addresses, I won't say all of these needs, but many of these needs as part of a design system, if you will. On the preschool end, we discovered that not only could these families not afford preschool, but even if they could afford it, they have no way to get their kids to school. So we developed buses where we built a preschool in the bus, and we bring the bus to the neighborhood where the kids are. And these kids are now getting 4 hours a week of preschool that they never had before. In addition to the preschool training they're getting in that bus, we bring their parents in the bus and show them what we're doing with the kids so that they can do it at home and reinforce it. So it's not just the kids going to a preschool and kind of being fed some information, but their parents are getting some information, and the whole thing is reinforced and kind of multiplies or compounds. We also developed a program. We discovered that the schools need help in terms of kids with language issues, other kind of difficulties. The teachers are swamped. They have 30 kids to a classroom. And we put together a program we call Parent Mentors. And these, mostly moms, a few dads, mostly Latinos, a few Anglos, get trained by us, get paid a small stipend per semester, and go actually work in the classrooms with the teachers. We started with 30, we now have over 100. Highly demanded by the school. It's now gotten these moms out of their trailers, into the community, and if you talk to them, it's like you've given them a whole new life. And it's unbelievable. And my hope is that we're going to discover that the schools are spending less money remediating the kids that weren't prepared, and then can help us with the funding cycle.
If I were to create an invitation or a challenge to you, to other business people that might be in the room hearing this, what would be step one, step two? How can they say in their heart, I believe that there are things that I as a business person can do, or we as a business can do, but we don't know where to start?
So there are probably numerous things, and one I would suggest is what Alpine Bank is doing here in the Valley by just providing some funding to our Valley Settlement Project. They actually provide the t-shirts our parent mentors wear.
It's certainly hard to start, and the biggest benefit that we received is when we were able to partner with our local schools and educators, as well as partnering with EPIC and work together to achieve the goal rather than just try to go our own direction. EPIC is a wonderful group of business and civic leaders that have an incredible amount of dedication and care for for helping kids grow and develop, and it's been absolutely fantastic to work with them. There's already a network of people with the right ideas and programs that are out there. They don't have to be created from scratch. A lot of times as businesses, what we have the money, but maybe not the right idea of how to get the program launched, but we want to do good. And a lot of times EPIC has got a lot of resources and a lot of connections into the community, but what they could use is more funding to get it off the ground. Everybody has that need. The great thing about EPIC is that rather than just satisfying today's need, we're really building a future for it.
Well, in closing, I'd say this, that there's never been a healthy bank operating in an unhealthy community. So the work we do, the work our team members do, the work we do philanthropically with great organizations like EPIC is a critical part of making sure the community is healthy, not just this year, but for years to come.
The other one would be working with policymakers, working with politicians. It really gets down to a kind of a power issue. And it actually is startling to me that when I say there's a payback of 7-to-1, why isn't this happening? What politically is going on in our country, our state, our county that keeps this from happening? And I think it's because business people have not been vocal. They need to demand that the people that they're hiring 10 years from now are the right kinds of people, have the right kinds of skills, and they're not going to have them.